Hey, what's up? What's happening? What's going on? We are not where we're supposed to be. There's my husband right there. This is Iyana Ma'at. That's my baby, Ayize Ma'at. And we're not where we're supposed to be. I just wanted to do this really quick and go live because I wanted you guys to know where to come and where to be able to look. Okay? So, you need to come over to blackloveandmarriage.com. Blackloveandmarriage.com.
Why don't you just talk for everybody?
You want me to just, what you talking about?
You can just do the video and talk for my screen too.
How am I talk for your screens? Okay. Hey, Latisse. Latisse is in the house. All right, look, let's what we're doing, we're trying to let folks know because people are sending me messages like, hey, I thought you was doing some relationship questions. And I see 3 folks on watching, but we're getting ready to go over to blackloveandmarriage.com. Okay? That's where we're going. Even though, oh, look at the old homie who just came on. Hey, Latisse. Rhonda. Oh, my goodness. And there go my old coworker. My old coworker. Say hi to my old coworker.
What's that?
No, you didn't just give a what's up. What's up, girl? So, look, we're getting ready to go over to blackloveandmarriage.com to do this video because that's what we told everybody. But you're taking forever. Actually, yeah, do it on, go to Blam on yours. So we can just keep it going like this. So you can stay where you are and you can watch what's happening. Yes, and then you do it live on Blam. Just say that again. Look at the camera. Say it.
I'm confused.
You know, I'm gonna tell you why you're confused because there's a red cup right there. Where's that red cup? Red cup, and it's too much going on in the red cup. But let's come on, you go live on Blam's page.
All right, well,
okay, so we're gonna get started, everybody. Did I say hey to Travis? Because Travis is in the house. Look. We wanted to come really quickly and do this video because we have 4 areas we want to hit tonight. We're talking about number 1, what, babe? Sex.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to figure this out.
All you're doing is going live on blackloveandmarriage.com. We're talking about sex really quickly. We're going to hit it up real quick. We're talking about intimacy, parenting, and infidelity. We got 4 questions. We get questions all the time. Hey, Travis. And Leanna and Lisa. Hey, sis.
Hey, what I do here?
Look, I just want y'all to see him. Look, he's looking. This is his phone. He's doing this, and he's trying to go live on our Facebook page, and he's having a hard time. So look, do that right there. Type in your relationship questions answered, and then do it. Okay, guys. So anyway, look. All right. So Travis said, all right, yeah, he want to talk about that sex thing. All right. So look, we're gonna do those 4. Those 4 areas, and these are common questions that we have heard, and some of them have been issues for us, and so we're just gonna make it do what it do and let y'all know some of our opinions about it. Okay, so here's number 1. The first one. Okay, y'all, look. I just want y'all to see. Look, let me just say this while you are. He's trying, y'all. He's doing live here with his.
What up, y'all?
His joint. But look, wait a minute. Remember, if you're listening, hey fam, hey Nika, oh my coworker Anna, oh my old homie Jocelyn, girl. I'm not thinking about you. I just think about some of them days, child. Some of them things back in the day. We had fun. All right, so look. So these are the 4 areas for those of you who are just joining us that we're going to hit really quick. We're not going to take a lot of time. We're going to hit this quickly. We're going to talk about sex. We're going to talk about intimacy, parenting, and infidelity. These are 4 quick questions that we have gotten over time, over and over and over again. Okay? And so we are, Travis said no red cups before live events.
Nah, red
yes,
cups.
because he was a little slow, wasn't he? Let's just tell the truth and shame the devil. So, so the first question, sweetheart,
before we answer the questions, we got to put out a disclaimer. The important thing here is that I want y'all to know while we are both licensed therapists, this right here ain't therapy. Look at this as us giving our professional opinions. And if you need therapy advice, you can hit us up for that. But this right here is not therapy, so don't misconstrue it for that. I just want to be clear about that.
Be real clear.
Yeah.
Okay. So here we are. Again, we took these 4 questions because we get them commonly, and we've gotten some of them recently. I know that's right. Nigga said, "Come on, disclaimer."
Yeah.
Yes. Let's make it plain. So, hey, Deshaun. So, yes, she said that costs. Yes, it does. So look. Here's the first one. Oh, if you're listening, please make sure that you follow me or follow blackloveandmarriage.com's page so that you can be notified of live events going forward, so that you can just get it, and you'll know automatically. All right, so here we go. First question. Tell them, baby.
Yeah. So the first question is something that I think that can you back it up? Just back it up.
I know. I'm like this. I'm zooming in.
All right. Marriage is a covenant under God. This is what somebody says. I committed to death do us part. I'm ready to leave. Is it okay to go? Is it okay to go?
You picked that question.
Yeah. I picked that question because I think a lot of people struggle with.
It doesn't really have a lot of context at all. Are you getting beat down, or are you,
which is legitimate.
Having communication issues?
So if you are getting beat down, is it okay to go?
Go on, keep talking. So I know you know the answer.
Absolutely, it's okay to leave. And I think that if you're in a relationship that's oppressive in any form or fashion, then it's okay to at least first and foremost. I'm looking at this one too.
Okay.
First and foremost, you want to make sure that you're trying to work through your stuff. You saying like I'm tapping out or I'm done, and you ain't putting forth any effort when it comes to the relationship, or the other person hadn't put forth any effort. If you all have both put forth effort, or one person chooses not to do anything, and yet you are the one that's like trying to work, and you realize it ain't working, then in that type of situation right there, you should definitely, if you put all your cards out on the table and you're trying to make it work, but they're not, then it might be time to exit. But in a situation though, when it's abuse is present, then you need to step out. You need to step out of the relationship, because a lot of times what ends up happening is that people feel victimized, and they feel like they're that they need to stay to make the other person feel better. They feel some sense of security in the relationship, and what's important is that your safety is of utmost importance, especially if you have children involved. Then you got to find a safety plan, establish a safety plan, and find a way to get out of the relationship.
And the other thing is this, for folks who are in relationships that get real crunk, you know what I'm saying? Like we work with some folks who, there's a lot of hitting, a lot of stuff going on back and forth. You're scared to leave because you don't want it to be over, and you in a situation and a cycle that's not working well. But you can pause anything. You can roll out and say, I'm stepping out. I'm keeping myself sane and safe, and I will return back when I think that it's good to do that. So just because you tap out for a second because you need safety doesn't mean that it's completely over, even if it should be. But you can keep yourself safe and your children safe, particularly if your children are in there. Now, this is the other thing. Let me just say this real quick. People are trying to roll out too quickly. Absolutely. People are trying to roll out of relationships too quick. I don't care if you're dating somebody and you're in a committed relationship or you're married or what have you. People, I don't know what's going on here. We want these quick microwave marriages. We want these really easy, feel good, what you see on the movies type of stuff. That's not real life. That's not real life. And so people have to understand that you should expect challenge, and you should expect change, and you should expect stress. And you should not think that because I've been dealing with it even for 6 months, I've been dealing with the situation. You sweating like a mug. I've been
It's this red cup.
It's that red cup right there. Yes, I know. And you've been dealing with it for a year. You've been dealing with it for a long time. Again, we're not talking about abuse here, but we're talking about stress and strain and tension in the relationship, unresolved issues. That's a part of the process. Look, you're going to have to start all over. You're going to start all over with somebody else. So you might as well get used to learning how to negotiate and how to navigate a relationship with someone who you love and you care about while you can. Now, somebody just said here, for the religious person, is it really okay? But let me tell you something.
So that's what they asked. They said marriage is a covenant under God.
Yes. And here's the thing. At the end of the day, everyone has their own religion. They have their own spiritual guide. They have their beliefs. And that is between you and God. But what I want people to understand is that we cannot be so subscribed to doctrine and what we think something is saying, trying to follow the letter of the law, that we miss the spirit of what's trying to be delivered to you by whatever it is you're following in the first place. You have to make sure that you are on one accord with God. You have to make sure that you're using your common sense. You're not supposed to just, till death do us part, and I'm just going to be in here and just get abused, whether it's emotionally, whether it's verbally, mentally, spiritually, physically, because I'm going to keep on trying. I have had so many women write in and say, I'm praying because I think that he can change. I think that he can come around, and I know God wants this to be. But hold up. Yeah, Tanisha, I see you, girl. Hello, stop playing, start pushing. Black couple, yes. I need people to stop playing and start pushing yourself to another level, because sometimes I think people think that that's the noble thing to do. That's the about it thing to do. I'm going to stand here with my man. I'm going to, have a commitment to my vows, and that is important. But at the same time, not only is that important, but you have to have a sense of what your boundaries are. Mm-hmm. You have to have a sense of some self-regard. You have to have a sense of knowing whether or not you are being maintained. So you have to be able to balance all of that, and we can't just be willing to lay down. Just get down for whatever. Because before you are wedded, before I got with you, I had some non-negotiable standards. Don't we talk about that?
Yeah.
Non-negotiable standards. I'm sorry, y'all.
I'm just loving the fact that like you on your soapbox right now.
No.
You on the pulpit. Like,
No, I'm looking at you like I'm loving the fact, boo. I have to get him a paper towel because he is sweating fiercely right now, and I'm trying my hardest to keep looking at y'all and talking, and and I just keep looking, and the sweat is yelling out to me. But anyway, I'm going to get off of my soapbox, as my husband says. I just want people to be able to understand
bottom line
that at the end of the day, the bottom line is
it's okay to go.
It's okay to go.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay to go, but you got to be able to have something that guides you in the process. Mm-hmm. And it's not anything outside of yourself. Religion may give you some sense of guide. Mm-hmm. Other people, counseling, other persons in your family, reading books and so forth. But at the end of the day, you got to get still. You got to go within, and you got to be able to know that you checked in with self. Mm-hmm. And that you've done the work of making sure that you are standing up for yourself, you're standing up within yourself, that you are being able to submit to the process when you need to. And that's only something that you can say. We can't tell you that. Yeah. At the end of the day, you got to have some quiet time. Number 2, sex.
We're going to sex already?
We're going to sex. We're about to get it. Y'all want to talk about sex? Red cup behavior. I like some of y'all words. I ain't never heard that one, Rhonda. Red cup behavior.
What sex question we gonna ask?
I know, Lord have mercy. I'm sorry. Go ahead, hon. Okay. Okay. I'm sorry. So this is one we didn't, because we actually pulled these from some emails. Lord. Okay.
Come on now, bro.
I'm saying you just really you got red cup behavior. So this one here's the piece. I'm because I didn't have a time to type this one up, but I read this one, and essentially this is a married couple, and what she wanted to know was this. She said that her husband likes to role play. Anybody know a little bit about role playing? You ain't got to raise your hand on here, but it's not, it's all right then. A little something. Yes. So here's the thing. Now, all right, her husband likes to role play. She doesn't mind role playing. They have done that in their relationship. But what she said is that recently, her husband has begun doing this role playing, and in the middle of sex, he's calling out, and this is something that they do, right? Like they do this, and that's all right with her. But he's calling out people's names who they know, like real people. Who, like, I don't know who these people are, but she said people that they know, mutual friends and so forth. And, basically she has a problem with that. In the middle of sex, she stops, says, "Excuse me, what you think this is? I'm not going for that." And he said, "What's the difference? What's the difference between me calling on, and I want you to give your perspective. Well, yeah, what's the difference on me calling on, I don't know, Sabrina around the corner and Halle Berry? You know what I mean? What's the difference? What's up, Roger? My birthday twin is on." And so they've really been going back and forth because he feels that, it can add to the relationship. It can add to their sex life. They're pretty adventurous. And he said, she's starting to get a little, too reserved, and it's not that serious. And so and I think they both want to know, what do we think about that? Role playing and using real people in your real life. Some people doing some laughing. I know y'all laughing over there. What y'all think? Y'all got to let us know. I know, oops, right? But tell us. I mean, I don't understand what the brother is thinking.
It's almost as if, with guys especially, when you open up the door or when you crack the door, like we want to push and bust that thing wide open. And so, boy, can you please back up the phone? Back it up. I'm like, dang,
I'm trying to pan.
We don't need all of that right now. But
all right, I'm sorry.
But yeah, so while you engaged in an act, at least you cracked the door and allowed me to to, have the opportunity to explore other people who might be superstars, athletes, or
okay, right.
actors, etc.
She's cool with that. She's cool with that.
She's cool with that. So when you give me permission to do that, and really and truthfully, what he was probably trying to do all along was bring that circle in closer.
He was trying to build up to that?
He was trying to build up to that.
No.
And so if you give me permission to think about, I don't know, Halle Berry or Serena Williams or whomever it may be, if you give me permission to think about that, then why wouldn't you allow me to think about Shorty next door? Or Shorty at work, or Shorty around the corner, or at the grocery store, but there's problems with that, y'all. When it comes to something like that.
Oh, I love it, Susan Newman. More Rev. We would need to reset the boundaries of the role play. Yes, that is right. Let's reset. Let's take a time out and let's reestablish the boundaries of where we are. I know that's right.
But check it though. I mean, you may need to reset the boundaries, which I definitely respect and understand.
Yes.
But I guess the question would be, too, if it's just role play, what would be the issue? If it's just role play.
Well, I'd like for you to keep on. Let's demonstrate that you understand this value.
So, I mean, you establish the boundaries, which is definitely necessary. But when it comes to this whole sex piece, and again, it's just in the bedroom, one of the problems that could possibly arise.
I was about to say, what direction you going in? Okay, you sound like you was trying to
do in the bedroom. It actually ends in the bedroom with somebody else.
Yes.
So you start to push that boundary, you start flirting with those lines, and then eventually you actually tempt or test temptation, and you go there with the other person. And so that's the danger in doing that. However, what I would say is that
emotionally,
all couples are not...
just mentally, what's in your cipher, what you are imagining. You know what I mean? That is an infiltration. That's a violation.
All couples are not the same.
Yes, we know. We worked with a couple, and they came to us. I'm sorry, I'm not going to get off track too much, but they came to us because they wanted some help reestablishing some boundaries, as you talked about, Rev, for their relationship, and they were swingers, and so that was different for us. That was new for us. We were like, oh, okay, and they had been doing that for years. And they had just come on some issues. So, all couples aren't the same. You have to, at the end of the day, you have to be on one accord and you have to talk. And I like what Reverend Susan said, because she said we have to reestablish. Sometimes you got to go back and look at things again. You've already put it down. You've already laid out what the framework is for the relationship. It's okay to go back and say, let's look at that again. Because obviously we're not on one accord, or I have changed. I'm thinking differently now. And when you cannot come to a clear understanding, then you've got to stay committed to the conversation. You can't tap out. You can't be over and just be like, all right, well, it's whatever, or keep trying to get your way. You've got to be committed to the conversation. You may not always come to complete resolution, but you do have to come to some understanding, right? That we know how we're moving and flowing in this, because if you don't, that is a recipe for disaster. Number 3, because we don't want to hold them too long now, babe. Come on, number 3.
But I want to be careful about this topic right here too, because it seems like what we're doing here is we're erring on the side of the person who's uncomfortable. But recognize that even in the person expressing their discomfort, there may be an element of discomfort that the person feels in confinement. And so,
what are you saying here? That the husband is feeling like he needs to get more exploration in their
exactly.
Sex
and
life.
So there's a possibility that exists where the boundaries need to be pushed. The boundaries need to be explored and expanded. And
what y'all think
true
about
liberation
that?
Can exist outside of that comfort zone.
He said true liberation
can exist outside of that comfort zone. So he's not the one that necessarily needs to bring it in. I mean, I would say in this situation, yes.
But in all situations, you're using this as a general,
yeah.
Because this particular issue, I'm gonna say we're gonna err on the side of.
Yeah, he would need to bring it in, but it's not applicable to all situations.
Yeah.
In some situations, you gotta push, expand. If you're just only doing missionary, you might need to do doggy style.
This is true. This is true. This is true.
Push that thing a little bit.
A good sex life will give you a healing. And that's all I'm going to say on that. And, you won't know it until you experience it for yourself. All right. Number 3. Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Do that. He said he tried to do that to try to pop your collar a little bit. All right. What's the next one? Number 3. And then we have one more, guys, and then we'll be done. What's number 3?
This question right here, I found to be pretty interesting because a lot of people struggle with this one. Should you tell your partner if you've had an emotional affair? Should you tell your partner if you've had an emotional affair?
Well, I will just say this. I would think that most people are probably going to say, no. And I think that people say that because I'm not amazed, but Hey sis, over there, we doing two-way. So I see somebody else over there who just said what's up. But I think that most people, even when there has been some physical going outside of the relationship, most people don't want to tell. They don't want to say what the deal is. They don't really want to put it out there. I've had plenty of people say, as I've counseled them independently, like, I mean, why would I do that? Why would I bring that to the table? Particularly if they're backing up off of it now. I'm done with that girl. I'm done with that man. I ain't trying to do that. But let me say this. Back in the day, remember back in the day?
Yeah, I do.
We had some issues. This was prior to marriage, and we was in a committed relationship for quite a while, and we had some issues. I stepped out there. You stepped out there. Ain't that right?
Why are you making a point to like punctuate that?
I said, I stepped out there.
Hold on, the way you turned to me, you said you stepped out there. Like you made it a point to like punctuate that.
Good question. Would that include crushes? Coming to that in a second. I'm just saying. Is this? I mean, I didn't get a confirmation.
Yeah, bro.
Yes. Why you gotta turn away from the camera when I say look at the people and let them know? So no. But here's the thing. At the end of the day, what's important is that you need to let it go. You need to, if you really want to have. If this ain't somebody you playing with. If this is somebody who you really see yourself being with, and if this is your husband or wife, how can you be in a relationship where you really want to grow old with this person and there's something that is out there that could come back and get you? Something that could really take you out. Something that could, really throw your relationship, your marriage, totally just off kilter. And it happened, it ends up coming out. It happened 10 years ago, 15 years ago. It was when we just got together. But let me tell you, when the person learns about it, yes, Lawrence, keep it 100. Yeah. When the person learns about it, you know what? They feel like it happened last night because this was a betrayal. And the betrayal is not even so much what had happened. It's the fact that you didn't tell me. You kept it from me. And we're supposed to be husband and wife. We're supposed to be in a committed relationship. You're supposed to love me. So why would you do that? So that's the challenge. So whether it's physical, whether it's emotional, whatever it is, yes, tell her, free yourself. Go through the temporary stress and strain of that. And you will find that your relationship will go to an entirely different level because you took the risk. Somebody said, does that go for crushes? Would that go for crushes too? Do you tell if you got a crush?
Yeah. I mean, I think that the most important thing here is just transparency, all around. And so just being true and authentic and letting people know, letting your partner know in the most sensitive way, like, I'm feeling this way. I'm having these, feelings that I'm experiencing, these these thoughts and can we sit down and talk about this? And I just want to share with you where I'm at. If the thing
for like a little, like you see somebody, you just give it like, and then you might see him every now and then. You might see him every now and then, and every time you see him, and then you had to,
Yeah, that's a danger zone. Because the more you see the person, then there's a possibility you could act on that. There's the possibility. So
I guess what I'm saying is that if it's a crush and you're in relationship, you're in the workplace, you're out in, you kind of have an ongoing relationship with this person, an appropriate one, but yet you still are, engaging with them. You need to holler and let them know. But but if it's somebody who is kind of, here's the right word. Maybe they're like eye candy. They're like eye candy, and so I mean. I know you ain't told me a piece of eye candy you done seen. You ain't said nothing to me about that, and they might be eye candy that's really sticky.
That's really sticky?
Y'all like that one, didn't you? Eye candy that's really sticky. Eye candy that's really sticky is that kind of eye candy. If you get sticky candy on your on your fingers, it's hard to get it off. You gotta kind of, you gotta go like that, right? Because your eyes, some eye candy you can, but other eye candy you might be like, okay, look that way. Stop looking over there. You know what I'm saying? Sticky. It sticks to your eyeballs. And so what I'm saying is that
I don't look at nobody but you.
I love you, baby. And I know, you're not really paying attention to nobody like that, but let's be real at the same time, brother. You's a dude. You are a man, right? And I'm a woman, right? And so you're not, because, and this is good for the conversation, because you are in relationship. And for those who may not know, my husband and I have been together since high school. We are high school sweethearts. We've been together for
21 years.
21 years total, and married for.
You say it. You say the number. All right, you trying to prompt me.
No, come
you
on. Say
Do you know what the number is?
How long you been married, are you say?
Do you know what the number is?
Wait. Don't try to buy time.
No, you trying to flip that.
Don't try to buy time.
I'm not trying to buy time.
Are you say? How long?
Iana? I just gave you the 21. You
okay, all right. So we've been married for 14 years. You know, we be cutting up, y'all. So we've been married for 14 years. But here's the thing. At the end of the day, I am still a full-blooded human woman. And he is a full-blooded human man. And so never say never. Never say never, right? I mean, why are you looking at me like that?
I'm just listening.
That red cup, y'all, red cup behavior. But at the end of the day, never say never. So that means that you will find yourself sometimes attracted. You may sometimes find yourself, I had a conversation with somebody, and wow, that felt really good, and that was weird because I haven't had that kind of conversation, in a minute. Because you might be going through a year or a month or a few months where you and your boo, y'all just going down. Yeah. It's a low, it's a valley. That's a part of the process. If you don't think that stuff is normal, then you will be totally thrown by it, and you will thank y'all for the likes and the love. You will be totally thrown by it, and you will think that because that's happening, something's wrong with the relationship. We're not gonna last. We're not supposed to be whatever. And you'll start sweating.
Can you really cut it?
You'll start sweating, and you'll really think that it's this horrible thing happening. But at the end of the day, thank you guys. At the end of the day, it's all a part of the process. We're all human. So I know that was a long little answer. We gotta hurry it up, y'all. We ain't trying to take all day. That's a long answer to her question. Does that include crushes?
I think that
crushes. Yeah, at the end of the day, you want transparency, but also expect and don't go crazy because somebody say actually. Think he's pretty attractive or whatever. I'm just sharing. Don't go off the chain because they said that.
Yeah, look at it like this, though, y'all.
You taking this further?
Yeah, I am, because I think that it's important. I mean, when you make the decision
I've just been talking all this time.
Yeah, when you make the decision not to share if you feel like there's some emotional infidelity that's occurred, then essentially what you're doing is...
She didn't say that.
No, I'm reading
you say
the
emotional
here.
Infidelity.
Should you tell your partner if you've had an emotional affair?
Oh, okay. I was on the crush part. I'm sorry.
No, yeah, get with me. So the reason why I say it's important for you to share, y'all, is because when you don't share, to some degree, you secretly and silently enter into a relationship with that person, even though the relationship may possibly have ended. So there's this silent agreement that you have with this person.
Even if you never even talk to the person, you create this dynamic.
Yeah, you've created this dynamic and maintain. Oh, my bad. You've created this dynamic and maintain the relationship, even if the person hasn't even really been in a relationship with you. And so the important thing here is that because this thing has been real for you, then the reality is that you need to share with your partner, be open, be transparent, and get it out in the open so that you all can press past it and really get through it.
All right. And then this one is a good one. This is hit it and quit it. We have 3 teenagers in our house. They're our biological kids. How do you parent children of the opposite sex, and how do you parent children of the same sex? And what we can tell you just from our own relationship, we have 5 children, and so it's never a dull moment over here. But, plain and simple, and we just had this come up the other day, did we not?
Did we ever?
Did we not?
Did we ever?
Where we had a challenge and a difference in opinion regarding our children.
I'm trying to go to the beach, and my wife, she wrapped me up for 40 minutes.
No. You were trying to be stubborn and get your way because you wanted to. He told me, so we're not going then. You're doing all this type of stuff.
Yeah.
He basically acting out because you want to get your way. And I had to remind him, without getting into all the details and taking up all y'all time on this Thursday evening, we were talking about the girls. And that is my area. So this is the takeaway for you. That is my area. Same gender needs to deal with that gender, because you have to be able to give your wife the benefit of the doubt, and you have to realize, if you're a man, that you've never been a woman, you've never been a little girl, and so certain things you are supposed to do and you are prepared to do, like protect them, like make sure that you school them about these young players out here.
The opposite gender also has a responsibility. The opposite, we have a responsibility.
I just was I not saying what the responsibility? I just said you to protect them and so forth. Okay. But at the end of the day, I've been there. I'm a woman. At the end of the day, you are a man. Mm-hmm. And so where I have issue and take issue with certain things that he does with our children, with our boys, or what have you, I make sure that once I have registered my issue, I have sat him down, we've talked about it, whatever the case may be, I defer to this brother, because this is a man right here, and he has testosterone in him, a certain level that I don't have. And so I respect that. And so what I really have to say is that you have to be able to defer to one another. As long as the other partner is not harming your children, defer. And, you know, I realize that everybody isn't always coming with the same level of insight, you know, so there are times when you not only defer, but you have to listen and be willing to change course. You know, and be willing to take from your partner, because just because
even if you are the same gender.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. Because, you know, you don't know everything.
No.
You know, and you know,
you don't know everything.
You don't know everything. And sometimes you need to listen. You know, but obviously, as men and women, you know, we all have the things that we bring to the relationship in terms of intuition, in terms of compassion and intimacy and sensitivity, in terms of all kinds of things that, you know, the other partner may not be totally up on. Okay, so you know what? We're going to do that when Reggie Reg talked about, you know, what do you do when they're stepchildren? The parents are just on two totally different pages, you know? And so, you know, what I will say, because I think that this is a question that really deserves a whole forum unto itself, because there are a lot of dynamics that are really helpful for blended families. And so you really got to pay attention to how you set that up. And the mother and, or whoever, the stepfather and mother, or the stepmother and father, have to be on one accord in terms of how you're going to manage and parent children. But what I'll just give you is this really quick tidbit is that whoever the biological parent is, they really should take the lead. They should take the lead, and they should be the persons who discipline, who move forward in lots of ways. Doesn't mean with the kids. Doesn't mean that the other partner doesn't have a role and can't play a role, but you've got to let that person take the lead and be able to do that in front of the children and with the children. All right, this is the very last one, guys. Very last one. Where is it? Where it is. Where it be? My husband doesn't like to kiss, but I do. How can I get him to do it more and make it equally enjoyable? I love this question.
Why you love it?
I love this question. Why you say it like that? I love this question because it's just an honest question. I mean, at the end of the day, we all don't like the same things. You know, sometimes I think people get into their feelings way too much and take things personally because, you know, why don't you like to kiss me? I mean, what is it about me? What is it about, you know, what I do? I mean, are you thinking about somebody else? You know, you're going all over there, and the person just may not like to kiss as much. You understand? So we have to recognize that we all have our own preferences. We all have our different levels of comfort with certain intimate touching and so forth. You know, public displays of affection and so forth. But here's, I feel like I'm talking a lot. Here's what you need to do.
You always be talking a lot.
Here's what you need to do. Take it away.
What?
Here's what you need to do. You're on.
Oh, so yeah, so what you need to do, y'all, is I you know what? In reference to this, I think what's important is
getting hot now.
You getting hot? Yeah. I've been hot.
Yeah, I know, because I see all the sweat rolling down your forehead. Go ahead. I'm sorry. This is our last one, y'all. We're about to be done.
Yeah, but what you need to do, y'all, is if it's something that you really enjoy doing, but your partner isn't necessarily feeling it. One way you can get them to actually enjoy the experience is to sensually walk them through what it is that you like. So in the past...
I'm sorry. What's up, Jen? Winning with Jen. Yeah! Hey, girl. Okay, go ahead.
So you know, what's important, again, is that you walk them through the process and share with them what it is that you actually like. So, you know, she's saying that, you know, my husband ain't necessarily, you know, feeling kissing, but I'm pretty sure he would enjoy the experience of intimacy with you if you were to walk him through it and tell him what it is that actually turns you on. A lot of times men are clueless when it comes to like what actually hits those spots for their women. And so if you can actually share with them what it is that motivates you, inspires you sensually, sexually, then he may be more inclined to do what it is that you say you like. So show him, demonstrate for him what it looks like and what it feels like.
I like it like that.
Yeah, you know, show him. And I'm pretty sure he'll, even if he doesn't like it, more than likely because you like it, he'll be willing to give it to you more. And eventually he'll probably arrive at a space where it's equally enjoyable for him. So,
or maybe not. But it might get him an outcome that he wants.
Yeah.
I mean, my husband, he's, you know, I don't know. Let me just give this quick example. You're not really.
Why you always putting me out here? Huh?
No, I'm
going to put you out here.
Hold on. I'm just saying. No. This is true, right? I like for you to woo me.
Here we go.
No, that y'all gonna die. I like for you to woo me, correct?
Yeah.
And you're not a big fan of wooing. Y'all know when you put the woo on them. I be telling my husband all the time. Look, Reggie Ray said you got to keep it fresh and new. Yes, you do. I tell our planner, our wedding planner Sean. Hi, Sean. But look, I tell people, what the heck was I just saying?
What do you tell me?
Oh, I tell him, I like to be wooed. Like, don't just come at me and, hey, you trying to give me something tonight? I mean, and,
sometimes that's just what it be.
Sometimes it is.
Be like that,
but we need to keep it balanced, and we need to make it sometimes.
Sometimes,
not most of the time.
Leaning more in my favor.
Let's kind of balance that out a little bit. Woo me a little bit. You know what I mean? Send me a little. Now I have to say, my husband does good with sending really sweet and thoughtful and sexy, provocative texts. Those are good. Mm-hmm. Do that. But what I like is to, and a lot of women like, we want to, have that sensitive, that Erykah Badu song, I want somebody to walk up, what is it, behind me and kiss me on my neck. Oh, yes. And breathe. What? On my neck. My, Lord. That's look. Is Nick still on here? Preach on that one, sister. I'm going to hear that one. That right there. Yes. You want that. And so that ain't look, you see how long it take me to get to the point.
You take forever.
I know, I'm working on it, y'all. But look, he don't like doing all that. He like, hey, you don't like doing the woo. You don't.
Let's be very clear.
You don't.
What you just saying, I like doing that.
Do you?
I do.
Well, that's a part of wooing. So you can probably hit that a little more frequently so that you just don't go to, you know what I'm saying? Like, so you gonna give me something tonight? No, my husband is good, but hey, look, he could, that's not something that you always want to do, no. But that it gets you a certain outcome. That's where I was going with it, y'all. It gets you a certain outcome. It gets you something really good. Doesn't it? It gives, outcomes are important. Outcomes are important. So if you want the good outcome, if he doesn't like it for himself, he may never really like kissing like that. He like what he get when it's done, right? So we have to remember that it's all about compromising. It's all about taking each other into consideration. It's all about being stretched, pushing ourselves to another level within our relationship and with our partners, and making sure that we understand that it's all a part of the process. There is no perfect relationship. All of it's imperfectly perfect. All of it.
You want to hear a duet?
What? Lawrence, look, he can't sing like you can, Lawrence. Don't get him through.
I can hit you with the poetry. I can do that piece.
Oh yes, he can. So next time. Let's put him on here. Because somebody said when is the next session? I think Reggie said when is the next session? I don't know, next Thursday? Should we do it once a week? Should we do it every couple of weeks? Should we do it once a month? I don't know. But we're going to come back probably within the next week and try to make this a regular thing because I'm enjoying myself right now, even though you're a little, you're sweating. So
what if I'm sweating?
Yeah, and you get, I'm feeling it all right here too. Red cup behavior. So poetry next time. That's what he's going to do. He's going to put out some of the poetry. He just said he want to hear a duet. You said what I can do is poetry.
I didn't say what I can do. I say what I do.
This brother is a true poet. He just said, I ain't say what I can do. This is what I do. Yeah, let him know. Yeah, let him know. So that's what we're going to have for you next time. Matter of fact, maybe you can do the poem that you did. Or no, maybe something. Y'all might not want that. Anyway, thanks, guys. We are so happy that y'all came and y'all hung with us this evening. We really enjoyed ourselves. If you have questions, you can always go to reallovehelp.com. Their questions. And coming out very soon, back in the mix, is blackloveandmarriage.com. It's coming back big and bad. We appreciate you. Remember, love your boo. Take the time to do your work and stop playing.
And start pushing, y'all.
Start pushing. Bye.